Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another weekend on the Games Done Quick channel. I hope you're all having a lovely week so far. If you haven't joined us for one of these before, this is the GDQ Hotfix. These are shows that we do in between our main biannual events where we raise money for charity. Speaking of which, AGDQ a week ago, ridiculous. That was such good fun, raising it over, I believe, 2 million. I should probably, be fact checking all of this, but I think it was well over 2 million at the end of it. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal. If you missed any of the runs from that, they are on our YouTube channel, Games Done Quick. You can find all of the goodness from that. Now, this is an interesting, a quirky little hotfix. This is going places. I like to describe it as going across the speedrun landscape. We have a look at games that we can only find in particular locations, so region exclusives, as well as games that we can play on the go on handheld consoles. We've sort of dabbled in stuff with Nintendo Switch, so we push the boundaries of it every so often. But I guess you can do portable speedruns with that. But before we get onto this game that we're going to be showing off today, just a reminder of the other different events, some of the one-off events that we've got going on. We are going to be having Unapologetically Black and Fast. That is going to be coming up on February the 11th to the 12th, where we celebrate black excellence in speedrunning. That is going to be next month, and you can use !UBAF to find out more about that. And I think it's time that we throw it over. I think everybody's here to see some Pokemon. I'm certainly here to see some Pokemon. I don't know what game I'd be playing, but we are going to be here with Pokeguy, who's going to be taking us through, to begin with, Pokemon Red, any percent glitchless classic. Hello, Pokeguy.
Hello. Thank you for having me. All right, so this is Pokemon Red, any percent glitchless classic. I'll explain a bit more about what that is after I get started. So my options are all set, so I guess I'm ready to go.
Cool. We are ready on time.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is name myself and my rival one character. So text prints at 1 frame per character. So the less characters that there are to print, the more frames you save, and that really adds up over the entire run. So I'm just going to name them both A. And I'm also going to grab this potion for safety.
Can we get some A's in the chat?
Alright, so any percent glitchless classic was made a thing in, I think, 2018. Basically, for whatever reason, the Japanese Pokemon speedrunning community used different rules than the English speedrunning community.
Okay.
So, yeah, so the Japanese community banned Pokédoll, RNG manipulation, and instant text. So what those are is Pokédoll helps you can use it on the Ghost to skip the entire rocket hideout, which the English community decided is not a glitch, so therefore would be allowed, but the Japanese community decided to ban it. And then instant text is talking to the bike shop in Cerulean and clearing the text box with B. What that does is it makes all your text instant until you open up a menu, which saves a lot of time, but it adds a lot of risk because you're not able to heal in fights without killing it. And then the third is RNG manipulation, which by hard resetting the game and doing the same inputs, you basically get the same results. So classic bans hard resetting. So those are the three main differences between glitchless classic and glitchless. Just going through this rival fight. This Bulbasaur has Growl and Tackle. Ideally, you don't get hit by Growl, because Growl lowers your attack.
Ooh. Unfortunate.
As long as I don't... Like, if I get low HP, I'll just potion, so... Just a little slow. Oh, good crit.
Oof.
So Squirtle stats don't matter too much. Good special gets a faster Brock fight. But that's about it. And also the rival fight that I just did can be a little bit better with better stats, but it's not too big of a deal. Now we're just going to go through Route 1. I do need to kill one thing for experience, so I'll kill this unless it's level 4.
Now, I know we'll see later on because we'll have another version of any percent with Pokemon Blue. So they share the same leaderboard. How are they very much just the same game but slightly different? It's like a reskin. I've got to confess to a lot of people that I am not very clued in on how Pokemon stuff works. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious of how it all makes sense.
So NSC, which is the round I'm gonna do after this, is that's just the glitched category, but with it bans one major glitch, which is save corruption, which allows you to beat the game in a minute. So that's the only thing it bans. And I will be running that on Blue. Red and Blue are basically the same game.
Okay.
Only difference is there are some exclusive Pokemon in each game. Like, that's it. That does bring up a good point. The reason I'm running Red for glitchless is because you want to catch a Nidoran male, and in Blue, Nidoran male is only a 5% encounter, but in Red it's 30%, I think. Pretty sure it's 30.
Okay.
So that's why.
Sense.
Yep.
Nice.
That's the only difference for the speedrun.
Hello, Pidgey.
Just Pidgeys and Rats on Route 1. Rat, I got the best possible encounter, the level 2 Rat, to faint, because a lot of times you can two-shot it, and it barely does anything to you. So I've talked to Oak from the left here, maybe wondering why I did that. It's actually the same as talking to him from behind, but both of those are faster than talking to him from the front. The reason for that is the rival walks a lot slower than you, so by talking to Oak from the left or from behind, you scroll the screen up, which actually makes the rival walk less. So it's actually worth for you to take extra steps in order to make him walk less and walk slower than you. And we got one last trip through Route 1, and then I'm going to do something called D-sum manipulation. So I did say hard reset manips were banned. D-sum isn't really RNG manipulation. So in Gen 1, encounter slots work on like a cycle. An analogy commonly used is like the Price is Right wheel. Like each slot is a different Pokemon, just goes in a circle. So using the encounters that you can actually, with decent accuracy, predict what encounter you're going to get if you get an encounter.
Okay.
I'll explain that a little bit more when I get to the grass. First, I'm going to come to the Smart, buy some Pokeballs.
In the meantime, somebody in the chat was wondering whether any accidental glitches can occur in
That's a great question.
Glitchless run.
I'll talk about that after I catch this Nidoran. That is a good question, though. So I'll try to explain D-sum manip here, unless I just get it first encounter.
Ooh.
I did not. So this is a level 3 rat. So I know that within the first 3.5 seconds, if I get an encounter, it's very likely to be an Nidoran male. I think that was a bit too late.
Ooh.
Yeah. But it's the same encounter, so I can do that again.
That's good.
Right.
Ooh.
There it is.
Hey, nice.
Level 4, it's the best level.
Hey.
So with level 4 versus level 3, both of them are fine. There's also level 2s here, which aren't fine. So I just threw a ball. The reason for that is because level 4, you can't really weaken it enough with one tackle to put it into a better catch percentage. So it's better to just throw the ball. With level 3, you actually do weaken it. However, since this is a no reset run, obviously I would have weakened it after a few turns if it didn't get in. Alright, so I also named the Nidoran Male A. Same reason as before. So the question with accidental glitches. So there are some things in this run which some people might consider glitches that are just allowed because they're unavoidable. That being badge boosts. So in Gen 1 and I'll just say Gen 1. Badge boosts exist in later games too, but I'll just explain Gen 1. So 4 badges give you a stat increase in attack speed, special, defense. Brock gives you attack, but it's actually glitched so that if you get a stat lowering or raising move, the badge boost is recalculated every time.
Huh.
So for example, on Route 3, which is right after Brock, it's a lot of Caterpies and Weedles that use string shot. So every time I hit with a string shot, the badge boost, which is an 1/8 more damage, I think. I might actually be wrong. I think it's 1.125 times. Yeah, 9/8 times. Yeah, that is what it is. It gets reapplied every single time I get hit by a string shot. Which is not intended, but you obviously can't ban just getting hit by a string shot.
Yeah, I'd imagine that would be quite awkward to run.
Yes. Some people have tried to do like true glitch lists where like they save before every single fight, and if they get hit by a stat lowering move, they just reset.
Oh,
I don't think anyone's ever finished. But some people have done that as a meme.
Painful.
Do that fight with relative.
Nice.
All right. Now it's Brock time. I am gonna split experience with Nidoran. You can't really beat Brock with just a Nidoran, so we have to use Squirtle. That's why I picked Squirtle. Bulbasaur isn't good because it doesn't learn Vine Whip until I believe level 13, while Squirtle learns Bubble at level 8. I probably should have checked my special. I am gonna save for Brock. Why not? Just to be safe. My Nidoran is pretty good. So in Gen 1 and Gen 2, Pokemon have they have DVs instead of IVs. IVs are Gen 3 and up. They go from 0 to 31. DVs only go from 0 to 15. So the higher the DV are, the better the stat is, basically. The more it grows. Actually gonna potion them. Like I mentioned earlier, good special gives a better Brock. I do have good special. With bad special, these are both 3 shots, which can be pretty bad. You can actually die because of it frequently.
We were talking earlier about the any percent glitched run. And is this, now I know I've said that my education on Pokemon games is pretty poor, but is this the game that had the missing number?
Yes, it is.
Ah, yep. Is that involved in that run at all? Or?
It is not, because
it crashes your game, doesn't it?
No, not really. It's just, we use a different method entirely to break the game. But that is a way you can break the game. Okay, so my Nidoran has very bad attack, which is not good at all, but it has good speed and special. At least it's something. If I was doing like actual attempts here, I would reset this. Because the attack is... We'll lose a lot of time, but it's workable. I mentioned that DVs go from 0 to 15. This attack is 0 to 4. So it's in the bottom 4th, basically. I'm gonna sell buy it actually. Buy some extra potion. So I had options set to switch, which lets you switch pokes between every Pokemon you killed. So that was good for Brock to swap train Nidoran. So I just turned that off because we're not going to swap train anymore. It's just Nidoran the whole way from here.
Nice.
I'll explain more about why Nidoran is good in a little bit. So here's going to be the badge boost thing I talked about, most likely. Unless I don't get hit by String Shot, which is possible.
Cool.
Oh, another thing is that moves, when used by the opponent in Gen 1 and 2, have a 1 in 4 added chance of missing, for whatever reason. 13, 16, 15. Wow. So this Nidoran is actually super interesting. I have maximum HP, speed, and special.
Oh, wow.
But I have 1 DV attack, and I'm not sure about my defense yet. Very interesting. 15 speed and special is actually really, really, really good. Like, that's what... I mean, obviously it's the best, but it actually saves quite a lot of time. Missed that range. So I'm actually going to save for this next fight as well. Go quite poorly, because he has an Ekans with Wrap. In Gen 1, Wrap and Bind and Fire Spin, whatever else, they're just completely broken. Because if the opponent using it outspeeds, then it can just spam it forever and you'll never get a turn, basically.
Huh.
So, fortunately I do outspeed because I have maximum speed. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. This Rattata also does a lot of damage. Another reason why I saved. It could there, I could have died. And this is fine.
Nice.
There's that Ekans. It uses Wrap, we'll get a glimpse at how bad it is. It just doesn't though.
Looking promising.
Alright, no Wrap.
Nice.
That's good. That went pretty well.
What was it? It was level 13 that you're looking for. Or was that for a different Pokemon?
So at that was a different Pokemon. If I was using Bulbasaur, I would have wanted level 13 for Brock.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Nidoran, I want to get to level 16, where it'll evolve into Nidorino. And then I can actually pick up a Moonstone in Mount Moon to evolve to Nidoking. That's actually the first reason why Nidoran is so good for this run, is that you can get a stage 3 evolution 20 minutes into the run, which you can't do with anything else. Well, obviously Nidoqueen. But Nidoran has better attacking stats, so it's better. I'm just trying to get through Route 3, get to Mount Moon, where I can get a Moonstone and evolve. Throughout, unfortunately, with bad attack. I don't remember if I said, but I have 1 DV attack. Route 3 is really bad. Nothing dies very quickly. Fortunately, Nidoran does learn Horn Attack, which is better than Nidoran Female's Scratch for Route 3.
Metapod is a funny looking fellow, isn't it?
Yep.
I know there's
Actually,
yeah, you're saying?
I'm running low on horn attacks here because of my bad attack. I have to tackle some things, take a few extra turns. Really not good. We're advancing. Slowly, but surely.
I know when people have their speedrun hats on, they have particular favorite, Pokemons to use for particular situations. But if we take the speedrun hat off for a moment, do you have a particular favorite in this game, sort of regardless of how useful they are?
Yeah. So my favorite Pokemon is Snorlax.
Solid,
I don't really.
Solid.
Yeah, I don't really have too many reasons why. I just love it.
Even with my frankly dismal knowledge of Pokemon, I am aware. Yeah, I'm aware of Snorlax.
We do encounter once in this game.
Oh, the dream. Let's go.
Nice critical. Okay, we made it through Route 3, eventually. Could have gone a lot worse, especially the second fight, so won't complain too much. Now what I'm going to do is go into this grass and catch a bird so that I can use Fly later. That's a Jigglypuff, which is 10%. It's kind of funny. There we go. We catch Pidgey or Spearow. Both are fine. Pidgey's actually a little bit better because it has a faster cry. But Spearow is actually good too. For a reason I will explain later if it comes to it. Alright, so now I'm going to take this Pokemon Center because I have exactly 0 horn attacks, and I definitely need those for Mount Moon. So Mount Moon is a very interesting section of the run for attempts because you can get anywhere from 0 encounters to about 20 encounters. And it's just completely random. 0 encounters would be crazy, but has a lot of variance. In normal glitchless, you just manip it all. I'm gonna come over here and pick up Water Gun because my attack is bad. So hopefully I just get through with as few encounters as possible. I'm going to fight a few extra trainers in order to get up to level 16, as I mentioned earlier.
A lot of Zubats hanging around.
Yes, there is. I don't remember exactly what Mount Moon's encounter rate is. I think it's 12 out of 256 per tile. I could be wrong, though.
They've really got a trainer in this game called Super Nerd.
Yeah.
Wow, that is new to me. That's new information to me.
It's actually just a trainer class. There's actually a few trainers with that name. In Gen 1, trainers don't have any names.
Okay. I guess that doesn't make it too bad. They're not just making fun of one particular person.
Yes. So I'm finishing this Voltorb off with Poison Sting here. Reason for that is because there's 2 different types of moves in this game. There's Shake moves and Flash moves. Shake moves are almost a second faster than Flash moves. And Shake moves are usually moves with an extra effect. So Poison Sting has a chance to poison, so it's a shake move. So it's better to just use Poison Sting if it kills, because it saves that tiny bit of animation. Getting a lot of encounters. Pretty unlucky. Jeez. Okay, this is good. So I do need something to learn cut and dig. Paris can learn both. I'm gonna catch this. Because I should have one attacked.
Yeah, you're looking alright.
It's very good. The alternative that I was mentioning earlier with Spearow is you can trade Spearow for a Farfetch'd, which learns cut and teach dig to Squirtle. So that was my backup if I didn't catch a Paris here. It's not too likely of an encounter. But Paris is definitely better than that trade.
I think I've just become an Oddish fan.
Yeah?
They look funny. I like
Oddish is actually one of the worst Pokemon to face in a run.
Of course I've said that.
It actually kills quite a bit of runs.
Oh no.
There's an Oddish in Rock Tunnel that just is known for ending runs in Gen 1. So this will get me up to level 16, so I'm now going to evolve. Hopefully I don't accidentally press B.
A is evolving. A has become Angie.
Yep. Now I've got a Nidorino, which I will not have for very long because right over here... actually, that's not true because I have bad attacks, so I'm actually fighting an extra trainer. Make up for that. We are going to see Nidorino for one fight, which you usually don't. This is a very high number of encounters. I don't want to use that.
And with all these encounters, you just, like at this point in the run, you just hope for the best, hope that not too many come around. Or is there ways of traversing that makes it a little less likely to encounter?
There is not. It's just hope for no encounters, basically. Well, not no encounters. No encounters just like never happens.
We love RNG.
But just as few encounters as possible. That's all you can hope for. Yeah, just fighting this fight to make up for my bad attack, get a few extra levels for the early game. Get a lot better. Here's the Moonstones. Now I can evolve Nidorino into Nidoking. I'm not going to do it immediately. Little fun optimization is that Nidorino has a faster cry than Nidoking. So it's actually better to delay it to the latest possible so that every encounter you get, you only hear Nidorino's cry instead of Nidoking's. Now the Paris. Jeez, this is... I haven't been keeping track, but this is quite a lot of encounters.
This is a gauntlet, yeah, wow.
This is definitely more than average.
It's good that you have, you know, the liberty to just not have to fight them. I imagine if you did have to fight every single one you came across, it would be pretty unbearable.
Yep, that's true. So an alternate strat, if you don't fight the hiker that I fought with water gun, is that you can kill wild Zubats. So you actually do sometimes kill 2 or 3 of them to get experience for later. But since I fought the extra trainer, there was no point in doing that.
You're a king.
Yep, so now we have a final evolution for the second gym. It's pretty great. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that in Gen 1, critical hits are based off base speed. So the faster a Pokemon is, base speed wise, the more likely it is to crit. So Nidoking actually just has a 16.4% crit chance. Alright, nice. On every turn. That can be a bad thing because there are some pokes you fight where it's just it's 20% to just crit you and kill you. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That's rough. I know you sort of answered some form of the question when I asked earlier, but someone was wondering whether it was possible at all to just never get an encounter or whether the game forces one after a certain amount of steps.
Yeah, so it is just straight up a % chance per tile. So yeah, it is possible to just get 0.
Wow. What sort of luck have you had with your runs before?
I've gotten probably like 2 is probably on my best.
Wow.
For the entire thing.
I imagine that's after a couple of attempts at the very least.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a few.
Definitely. There's no. I can't remember of anyone that's ever gotten 0, but it is possible. Up the Helix fossil to make the guy walk less. Hopefully we can just make it out. No encounters. Alright. We are out. Headed to Cerulean City, where I'm going to take the Pokemon Center. The reasons for that are for HP and Horn Attack PP. It's also to set a dig point. Because for some reason the game lets you dig out of Bill's house. So it ends up being quite a bit faster. Just teleport to this Pokemon Center. This guy just has a rare candy in his backyard, so I'm gonna go pick that up.
Nice. You might have explained earlier, but what do the rare candies do?
So they just increase your level by 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's handy to know.
Which, and the later you use them, the more experience you get, obviously. Because like, if you wait till level 99 and then level to 100, that's a much bigger gain than like level 1 to 2. So you want to save them. It's like a figuring out where it's the best place to use them is based off how helpful it is. A lot of routing goes into stuff like that. This Pidgeot does have Sand Attack, which it did decide to use. I am going to swap out. So in Gen 1, Sand Attack lowers your accuracy to 2/3. So Horn Attack is only 66% to hit after a Sand Attack, which is very, very bad. In Gen 2 and beyond, it's 75%. A lot more reasonable.
Well, we're getting a lot of praise-its in the chat and a lot of praying for the Helix.
Yep. It is the faster one to get, thankfully. Now we just go through the bridge until I get to level 21, where I'm going to use both the rare candies I've picked up. Because at level 23, Nidoking learns Thrash, which is the second reason why Nidoking is so good for this. I'll explain why Thrash is so good once I learn it. Even better than it is in later gens. I'm just going to keep using Horn Attack plus Poison Sting if it kills on everything. Till I get to level 21. These fights are all pretty much safe. Not much can go wrong. Okay.
I was about to say, don't say that too early.
So, this is fun. So, I just missed Poison Sting. Poison Sting is a 100% accurate move. So, in Gen 1, they actually screwed up the coding. They put instead of putting a greater than or equal to symbol, they put a greater than symbol or something like that. I don't know what it is exactly, but that's basically what they did. So every single move has a 1 in 256 chance to miss, and that's what just happened.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And I have just straight up lost runs to getting that on a bad turn. It happens all the time. You usually get about 1 per run of how many moves you use.
Oh dear.
Adds a little bit of thrill to every fight.
Can imagine, yeah.
One more fight before I learn Thrash. Seconds doesn't die apparently. One attack is really bad. Worse than I imagined. Most of it was Route 3 though. Not that bad for me. It's completely manageable. Like this Zubat usually dies, but it's only 46% to die with 1 attack. Alright, but now we're level 21. Now I can use my 2 rare candies. Thrash. A wonderful move.
So outside of we've talked about the any percent that we won't see, that sort of finishes in, did you say around 2 minutes?
Yeah, so world record is 1:18.
Wow. So you have that category, we have the any percent that you're doing now, Glitchless Classic, and then the one that we're going to be showing off later. I need to remind myself of the name. It's the No Save Corruption?
Yep.
Are there any other categories for this particular set of games?
Yeah, so there's just regular glitchless, which I mentioned earlier, is just glitchless classic, but RNG manipulation is allowed, which is huge. It's not even comparable. It's completely different. You get a perfect Nidoran every time. You know, you get no encounters in Mount Moon every time.
Wow.
There's also Catch 'em All.
Mm-hmm.
Is, you know, catching all 151. That does use glitches. I think world record is like 1 hour 28
Oh, wow.
So it's actually faster than glitchless, which is kind of funny. I think that's all that's on the main leaderboard. And then there's a ton of category extensions. Like, you know, using whatever poke you want all the way through. Like all the starters. There's Bulbasaur runs, there's Squirtle runs, Charmander runs.
Ah, that's fun.
Pidgey runs, you know. People do a bunch of different stuff like that.
That's cool.
So Thrash. So in Gen 1, Thrash is 3 to 4 turns. In later gens, it's 2 to 3. So that's the first thing that's good about it. It's only 1 PP per use, even though it hits multiple times, which is pretty important. And then you also don't have to select a move every time. So it's just straight up faster. And it's also... I actually don't remember what its power is. It's very much stronger than Horn Attack.
Somebody in the chat has referenced softlock percent. Is that
yes, that's a good one.
It's a thing.
Yes, it is. So
fantastic.
it's like a minute long. You can just like mess up the first cutscene to where you just get stuck in the wall of the lab.
Wow. That is...
By having an NPC block your path, pretty much.
Pinnacle of speedrunning, right there. Watch out, SGD key. That's gonna be the next hot speed game. They're gonna be doing break the records for that. You know.
Yeah, that category was actually just broken because someone made an RNG manipulation from the beginning of the game, so that you just get like, because the NPC has to walk in a certain path to get stuck, and it actually is like a lot of RNG. Like,
okay.
But someone just manipulated the whole thing, and so that category basically doesn't matter anymore.
Wow.
Unless you did a manipulus, but which sure you can do. Not that that category mattered in the first place, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so you can see with Thrash, I just use it, and then trainer sends out another Pokemon, and I don't have to select another move. It just keeps going. So it's just straight up time save over anything else. Right, made it to Bill. So Bill has turned himself into a Pokemon. We gotta fix that. When that happens. And this is gonna be that house we're gonna dig out of that I mentioned earlier. An escape rope. I'll heal up. We're headed to Misty's gym. Second gym leader. I'm gonna save because I don't think the Starmie is even gonna die with one attack. So Misty is a fight that does kill a lot of Gen 1 runs, but with 15 special, 15 speed, that does help a lot, but the one attack is not good. Because yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Starmie, one of the Pokemon with a very high crit rate. And if it crits Bubble Beam a lot of the time, dead. Oof. Alright, we'll save. Usually two-shot this Starmie, but I don't think I'm going to unless I crit.
Ooh. We'll bless it. That's alright, we'll bless it.
With perfect attack, it's a 99.1% range or something.
Oh, wow.
The kill in 2 hits. So it can't be very good with 1 attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it X-defended anyway.
Ooh.
Be fine unless... Yep. Alright, got the 4-turn Thrash. I would have swapped if I didn't, because after 3 turns, you have a 50% chance to get confused. Basically, after 3 turns, and then you haven't gotten confused yet, you're 100% to be confused after 4 turns. I got the 4-turn. Lucky. Alright, so we're through. Misty gave us the Bubble Beam TM, which Nidoking does learn. So it's quite helpful for rock types. This guy's going to give us the Dig TM, which is a ground type move, and Nidoking is a ground type Pokemon. But for whatever reason, Nidoking cannot learn Dig. And if it could, the run would be a lot better. That's fun.
I know the dialogue's going very quickly, but by the looks of it, you did just walk into some guy's garden, and,
That's
and
right.
your character was just like, I know, I'm just a bystander. Like, I'm not in your garden.
Yeah, this guy was like robbing the house or something. Yeah, he stole the Dig TM and gives it to us for beating him. Now we stole it, I guess.
He is dressed up very strangely.
Yeah, he was a Team Rocket member. Is the evil team that we fight in this game.
They have a funny dress code.
Yep. One little trick. I'm gonna pick up this full restore before the audio has loaded, so it just skips the jingle, picking it up.
Oh, nice.
The last grass of the run where I can get encounters. Of course I did. More fights at just thrashing, and then we'll get to SS and where the rival fight is one of the worst fights of the run. Really see how much time Thrash saves. All these fights adding up. Not having to select a move. Great. So now we're headed to the SSN. Bill told us to, and to get the cut HM. Unfortunately, our rival stops the path, makes us fight him.
It's the fight of the century. A versus A.
That's right.
I think A might win. Not sure about
Hopefully.
A. Who do you
It's critical.
Who do you hedge your bets on? A?
So,
I wonder what chat thinks. I think A.
it's too scary. Safe now. Let the Gen 1 miss.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh look, A won. That's
Right.
crazy. If you thought that A was gonna win, well done everyone. You were right.
We're gonna rub this guy's back. Make him give us a cut to teach him. And I'm actually gonna find another optional trainer for safety because my attack is so bad. Is this guy? One thing I have not mentioned yet is that, speaking of the accidental glitch thing earlier, you may have noticed that I just had low HP, so the red bar jingle was playing. So in Gen 1, that like overrides any other sounds and just basically skips everything. So it like skips Pokemon cries, it skips level up jingles. It's just super fast if you have it. It may have been kind of hard to tell, but like when my Nidoking was just sent out there, its cry just didn't play. It saves like if you had red bar for the whole run, it would save minutes. So you try to get it as often as you can.
Oh wow, what altogether at minutes? That's
Yes.
You definitely want that to happen then.
Yeah. Problem is, makes you have to play more risky because you have to be less than 20.83% of your max HP.
20.83. Oh my god, that's so specific.
Yeah, it's 5/24 because actually 10/48 because the HP bar is 48 pixels long and then the first 10 of them are red bar. That's how it works.
Wow. Okay. I'm learning a lot right now.
Repels, now that I can finally buy them. Paralyzed heals, get paralyzed. Oh. Alright, so now we have cans, which are very not fun. Oh. Well, that's pretty crazy. Well, that was easy.
Nice.
It's not supposed to go that well. Like in regular glitchless, you actually do an extra RNG manipulation there, which costs like 20 seconds just to get perfect cans. So like, I was pretty lucky. Oh, I still haven't top Bubble Beam. That's okay.
Am I correct in thinking that this is sort of the way that you run this game? You're running it through the GBI?
That's right, yes. I am using GBI.
Nice.
Wow. Rip me into more red bar.
Oof.
So you'll see how Raichu's Cry just basically didn't play. The game just continued.
Yeah, that is definitely playing risky. If you want to save all that time.
I was safe there. Raichu can't do anything.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go here and get the bike voucher, so that I can get the bike for free. We can move around quicker. And then that's another building it just lets you dig out of. That's another reason we centered here earlier.
Nice.
Puts you right next to the bike shop. For whatever reason, Nidoking can learn Thunderbolt. So I will gladly teach it that. But it still can't learn Dig for whatever reason. I'm gonna save this fight. So this fight is a fight that kills a lot of runs in Gen 1. Well, problem is he has 4 Pokemon and she leads an Oddish that the only move you have that it dies to is Thrash. That means you have to go for a 4-turn Thrash. Every time. You're 1 in 4 to just hit yourself and possibly lose your run. Alright, this is fine. I do have this restore that I will use. Which, for whatever reason, in Gen 1 does not heal Confusion. So it's not much of a full restore. Oh, crap. I still haven't taught Bubble Beam. Definitely supposed to have done that by now. Bubble Beam would have killed that. That's fine.
Just because of the way that things are set up on our end, I'm not getting the full auditory experience. How would you? I don't know. What do you think of the sound design of this game? Because we know it's Game Boy. It was working with limitations. Do you think they made good use of it?
I think it's solid. Like, I don't really have any complaints with it. I mean, Gen 1, you know, music isn't the best or anything, but I think it's solid. Okay, I'm gonna finally teach Bubble Beam, hopefully. So it's quite convenient that you get Bubble Beam from Misty, Thunderbolt from Surge, and then you just It gives you a lot of coverage. Another reason why Nidoking is so good.
Nice.
So I can only see the walls, but this movement's actually quite a bit easier than it looks. With a little bit of practice, not hard at all.
Or Slowpoke. Don't think it really stands a chance, does it? Yep. Yeah, there we go. Poor guy.
I was mentioning that crits are based off of speed earlier. Slowpoke is obviously very low speed. It's got like a 2% chance to critical. And sometimes on like actual runs, you would stall on a Slowpoke so it confusions you into red bar. But sometimes you get that 2% critical when you die. And yeah. Not often. Does happen.
I know not everyone chooses to be open about these sorts of things, but how many attempts have you put into this game and its different categories, do you think?
Definitely over.
I can't keep track of mine, so don't feel like you have to make up a number if you don't know.
It's definitely probably over 15,000.
Wow. That's dedication.
A lot of those are just like resets to getting too slow of a rival 1.
Yeah.
Or too many encounters on
sense.
Route 1. But yeah. I definitely play regular glitchless a lot more than glitchless classic. I haven't actually done too much of this category. Do have second place in it.
Nice.
I repelled in such a spot to make this repel wear off on the very last tile because for whatever reason in Gen 1 repel wear offs don't lag as much when they wear off inside instead of outside. Thrash. Fine. I think I'm supposed to get this. Okay. The last fight before the large shopping section.
We love shopping in our speedruns.
Yes.
Would the shopping section be a good moment for us to have one of our breaks, or
Yeah,
is there something
that would be-
later on that might work better?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Awesome. Well, let me know when it works best for you.
I think I'll do the shopping and then stop after that.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, just a heads up for everyone. We usually, in the slightly longer runs, we take a little break to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, make sure we're staying stretched and hydrated. So we'll be coming up on that soon. But gotta do some shopping, you know? It's important.
Right? And then I'll have all my items for the second half of the run.
Awesome.
Where this girl went. Okay. That girl can block you if you don't pay attention to where she went. So this girl gives you TMs in exchange for drinks.
Nice.
And both these TMs are very useful. Especially this one, which is Ice Beam.
Ooh.
And I'm going to spend the rest of my money on X items. I will explain after the break what's so good about X accuracies and why I bought 16 of them.
Okay.
I'll go to the flat house and that'll be a good point. This girl gives you the HM Fly, which I can now use to fly around the map. Alright, so this is a good break point.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Pokeguy, for the first half of this run. This is Pokemon Red, 80% glitchless classic at the moment. We are going to be coming back after just a little break to see the rest of this run, and we will be getting treated to another variation of 80% with the blue side of Pokemon Red and Blue. Which will be great fun. But before then, we're going to have this little break. So make sure if you have the means to do so, you can get up and have a little stretch. Stay hydrated, make sure that you're taking care of yourselves. Enjoy a couple of tunes whilst we're away. And we will be back shortly for the rest of this run. See you there.
All right.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Going Places. This is the Games Done Quick hotfix where we go around the world looking for region exclusive games, as well as the games that we can take on the go on handheld consoles. We have been seeing a really good run of Pokemon Red 80% Glitchless Classic so far from Pokeguy, and he's going to be showing off the rest of that run in just a second. Just after I tell you about Frost for Towers. That is coming up very soon, and the prize submissions are open for it. You can find out more at gamesdonequick.com for more info, or you can use the command !prizes in the Twitch chat to submit your prizes. Speaking of Twitch chats, hello YouTube, hello Twitch. If you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to press the like button, of course, and also check us out over on Twitch. That's when we are going live with all of our events, and you can catch them as they happen at the various different times that we have our hotfixes scheduled. But we know what's in the schedule for the rest of this. We have got Pokemon Red. Pokeguy, take it away.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck again.
Thank you. Now I'll swap around some items, make menuing better. All the things I just bought. Ice Beam over Bubble Beam. Very good move. Alright, so now we're going to have to do something that the regular glitchless run does not have to do, is the rocket hideout. Because as I mentioned earlier, regular glitchless just skips it using a Pokédoll on the Marowak. But that is not allowed in this category.
I wonder why he's guarding that poster.
Kind of suspicious. The one thing that is nice that because you have to do this whole rocket hideout, you end up being a higher level in classic than regular glitchless, which ends up making the mid game a little bit easier. There was a switch behind it. Now we have to deal with a major problem of Gen 1, and that is that these spinning tiles are way too slow. They're much faster in later games.
I guess if you're spinning slowly, you're a little less likely to get dizzy, so...
That's true.
One thing to take away from it.
Guy's funny. Says you have to talk to him, then he says, "Oh no, I dropped the lift key," and then it appears. Doesn't really make sense.
Nice.
I remember where to go. Done this in a bit.
It's nice that there's a little sort of patch in the game where you, even if it is probably short, I imagine this doesn't go on for too long. It's nice that you can sort of let the game play itself for a little bit.
That's true. Went the right way.
Nice.
Do a big menu. Take this elevator.
Nice.
Be all good to go.
Someone making a very good point that they made all of the spinners slow just so that you can enjoy the music.
That's true.
It's very smart.
Or which one to fight first. Okay. Now you're about to see why I bought so many X accuracies. So I taught a move called Horn Drill. Horn Drill kills whatever it hits, no matter what. Even if it's at full HP, it just always kills. The counter for that is that it's only 30% accurate. However, in Gen 1 and 2, if you use an X accuracy, instead of just increasing your accuracy by one stage or whatever, it just makes everything always hit. So now I can just Horn Drill and whatever it is will just die every time. As long as I'm faster. Because that's how one-hit KO moves work. So yeah, that's why X accuracies are so good. Ice Beam takes care of these sand shrews and stuff. Next fight. So the whole point of this doing the rocket hideout is to get the self scope, which lets you see a Marowak ghost and fight it instead of having to Pokédoll it. You can't just normally run advance, only a Pokédoll advances, or having the self scope. Pokédoll is not allowed in this category. We have to have the self scope.
Is there a point that I don't know whether it might vary between each Pokemon, but is there a cap when it comes to how high they can level up? I imagine there is, and it's probably quite a straightforward answer, but curious.
Sorry, did you say, like, just a cap for any Pokemon?
Yeah, when it comes to leveling up.
Yeah, it's 100 for everything.
Okay.
Okay. Now we see our buddy A again.
Hey.
Third battle of the century, A versus A.
Who's it gonna be? I'm thinking A this time.
Maybe.
Wow, yeah, I can see why you you picked the Pokemon that you pick.
And then just Torn Drill takes care of anything that your other moves don't kill. For some reason, Nidoking can just learn so many moves. Just you get access to.
Wow. Oh, Ivysaur. I don't think it stands a chance. No. Nice.
So the one problem that I've mentioned a few times is that Nidoking cannot learn Dig. So there's 4 Ghastlies coming up. Ghastlies are really scary. Not only because they're a ghost type, but because they have Confuse Ray, Lick, and Nightshade. And a lot of times you're in red bar here. So Nightshade is just death. Lick can paralyze, and Confuse Ray, you can hit yourself. So the only move you can get that one-shots the Ghastly is Rock Slide, which is only 90% accurate. So I do have to hit 90% Rock Slides. If Nidoking could learn Dig, then Dig would take care of them easily, but this is the only reason we get Rock Slide. For these 4 Ghastlies. And it's still not great because it can miss. There is a free heal here, which you actually have to take unless you fight an extra trainer. It is actually somewhat of a strat, not really in regular glitch list, to skip the heal pad by fighting the extra trainer in order to keep red bar longer. And it actually is faster if you don't die, but having low HP here is not good. And one final Ghastly. Funny, they put a rare candy there that they literally force you to pick up to advance the game. Where that Sylph Scope is used. Now it's a Marowak. And lets you advance the story. Either have to feint it or use a Pokédoll on it. Now we're on the top of the tower.
This game really does like Zubats.
Yeah. Team Rocket likes Zubats. Some more Team Rocket members. They always use like Zubat or Coughing or Rattata.
Is that the same for? Is that the same for Blue, or is that a different? Okay.
Red and Blue are just all the trainers are the same.
Okay.
Just wild Pokemon that are different.
Gotcha.
King doesn't have any moves that take care of these, so we're just gonna Horn Drill him.
I know that you'll do a better explanation of this than me, but for the folks who might not have been in earlier on when you started your run, and just to go over it again, what does any % glitchless classic entail once again?
Yeah. So classic is no RNG manipulation, no instant text, and no Pokédoll. So RNG manipulation's pretty straightforward. If you hard reset and then do the same inputs, you'll get the same result. So hard resetting is just not allowed in this. Instant text, if you talk to the bike shop without a bike voucher, then it just makes your text instant until you open a menu.
Oh.
Also not allowed in this.
Makes sense.
Then because it's instant text isn't great because it makes you not able to menu without killing it. And you want to keep it as long as possible, so you can't like heal out of risky situations. Is what's wrong with it. And then no Pokédoll, which makes you have to do the Rocket Hideout to get the Sylph Scope to get past the Marowak. Those are the three differences. Taking the center for that's funny. Gen 1 being Gen 1 just appeared in the void. Taking the center here for the 2 Horn Drill PP I used and to set a dig point. The best place to do it. Now we're gonna go fight Team Rocket again in Sylphco. R-Box and other stuff. So you can actually fight an optional trainer to get access to the Earthquake TM early. which we used to do. But nowadays, we don't do that and just make do without Earthquake for Sylph and then go back and get it. Earthquake is a very good move. Coming up, we have a rematch with A again. In regular glitchless, this is one of the worst sections of the game. It's also not great in classic, but it's much better. Because you take a very risky hit for world record attempts to get put into red bar for this entire section. It almost always it's only like 50% to actually work. It usually doesn't. But I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Yep. X accuracy, X speed, and I can horn drill everything. That easy. Do need to save one because I used one on Arbok, so I am going to rock slide this Growlithe. Actually do need to take some damage here. Show off a strat. Hopefully I do. This. Got a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Not enough. Fine.
Nice XP.
Our boy Giovanni again.
Big Geo. What's he up to this time?
And evil.
His X accuracy is still coming in useful.
Yep. Very overpowered. Quite a bit more HP than I would like, but it's alright. Now we're backtracking to the Earthquake TM as I mentioned earlier. Also happens to be a rare candy there. I will also pick up.
That's a lot of floors.
Yeah. Fortunately, you don't have to go through them all.
And that's good. I imagine from a casual perspective, I imagine there are a lot of people. Are there any categories where you have to visit every floor? Or
No, there's not.
okay, I imagine that's a relief. The runners of the game.
And now we're coming up on Snorlax. Gotta wake him up.
There he is. That is a great sprite. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's a good sprite too.
He's EP. Nice.
The rare candy. And I'm also, because Horn Drill is so good, I'm also going to pick up this PP up because Horn Drill only has 5 PP. Gives it 6 on extra. Very useful. Extra 1 shot on something for free. And to use some of these rare candies. And teach Earthquake. Earthquake is an extremely good move. Especially for a ground type, because this gets same type attack bonus. We're in the Safari Zone, where I'm just going to repel everything and go to the end. Pray. Gotta do the Safari Zone to get Strength and Surf. Get Surf right at the end, and then Strength you get by trading Gold Teeth. Or giving Ann his Gold Teeth. That's why we're in here. Surf's right in here. These are required to complete the game. Now we're going to the next gym, Koga. That Earthquake gem comes in handy, because you may have seen that I've had to horn draw all the Drowsies and stuff like that. But now Earthquake takes care of them easily. I don't have to worry about X accuracy. The next fight is a really bad fight for just glitchless and classic. Because a lot of the time you're in red bar here for the time save. And this next fight has a Hypno that is 1 in 4 to use Confusion, which does like 40 to 50 damage, which if you're in red bar will always kill you. So many red runs been lost to this next fight. And it's like right at the end of like the gauntlet for red bar, the last thing. So it's really sad to die to it.
Oh, so those little bits of ground that have dots in them, I assume you can't walk on.
Yeah.
Ah, I was wondering why. I thought, is this a particular route? No, it's just trying to avoid those.
Just like the puzzle for this gym.
Nice. Nice.
Actually would have liked it. My HP's too high. Could work out though. So so the goal here on this fight is to die, believe it or not. You actually want Nidoking to faint at the end of this fight. Weezing will always use self-destruct, which does a lot. It doesn't quite do 138 though, is the problem. But he can X attack first. See what happens. I'm gonna stall by Elixir. I have to anyway. X attack. Didn't do nearly enough. That's okay. The reason you want to faint there is because rare candies actually revive you. So you would have basically red bar for the entire rest of the game, and it's actually pretty safe to do so. Because you one-shot pretty much everything from here. So ideally you die there, you revive with the rare candy, and then you have red bar. That is not the case here, which is fine. Didn't mean. Now we're gonna teach Surf to Squirtle. It's another reason pick Squirtle at the start. Not really, actually, because you'd still pick Squirtle. Beat Brock. But yeah, just convenient that he also learned Surf. Surf across the water.
Nice. Tell you what, these games really did benefit from a more extensive color palette. As much as this dark, dark red sort of maroon is nice. It's nice to, have a bit more in the later games.
Yeah, that is true. Alright, next gym, Erica. XP will take care of this easily. Well, you do have red bar here, but okay. Yeah, a lot of the later gym leaders you can do in pretty much any order.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fight Erica, then Blaine, then Sabrina. But it doesn't technically do them in any order.
So I've seen you do that a couple of times, sort of walking up to what looks like a tree and making it disappear. Are you just walking up to it and doing a bit of menuing? What's happening with that?
So I'm using cut.
Okay.
Which is an HM.
Gotcha.
Names like fly, strength, surf. Yeah.
Cool.
Just to. That's what I got from the SSN earlier before Surge, if you remember. I don't know. I have to do that to get cut to get the Surge's gym and beyond.
Ah, okay.
Whatever reason, they explain this quiz every question. Yellow, they actually fixed that. But then went back to this in Fire Red Leaf Green, which is like the remake of Gen 1. And all the answers aren't yes, I'm just hitting B to say no. This fight's fun. So AI is strange in Gen 1, basically. If a trainer has good AI, then they'll use super effective moves. You may have just seen I just got Super Potion from full HP. Doesn't make any sense. I can't explain it. It's just a Blaine thing. And that is actually the best thing you can get. The other option is Agility. Because that's the only super effective move that Growlithe has, so it'll just spam Agility, which increases its speed, so it just like outspeeds you and uses it again. So it's a little bit slower. But yeah, Super Potion is the best thing you can get. It looks pretty funny. So like as you can see, our Nidoking is like very good now, and we're just like steamrolling these gyms easily because of how we've set up the Nidoking to take care of anything. This is about to be the second to last gym. Flying through. Just Earthquake 4 times. With bad speed, you actually do have to X speed on this fight sometimes. Which is really bad, because there's nothing good to set up on. Just have to like risk setting up on the Mr. Mime and hope it uses not or reflect. Not good. So here's a fun little trick. So I'm gonna walk to this teleporter before digging out. The reason for that is that in Gen 1, when you dig on a teleporter, it takes the teleporter animation instead of the digging animation. The teleporter animation is quite a bit faster, so it's worth walking to it and taking it. Okay, now it's time for Giovanni's gym. This is the final gym. Next fight is usually just like 15% to just end your run. Because a choke has Karate Chop. Well, I guess it's not 15% always in Classic. It isn't in regular glitchless because you're lower level and always X accuracy. But if he Karate Chop criticals, die, and he's like 70% to critical Karate Chop. Of how crits work. But I'm fine here if it does. It will. Nope, it didn't crit. Funny. So the intended way to do this gym is to take the spinning paths to the right to like fight these trainers. But as I showed earlier, the spinning pads are way too slow in this game, so it's actually better to just reload the gym to move them back to their original position so you can get past, rather than taking the spinning pads. And this is the final gym leader, before we can make our way to the Elite Four. Rhydon can do nothing to me, and it is a 2-shot unless I critical.
Ooh,
Or it can just guard spec.
Nice.
And so that is the 8th and final badge.
Good job.
So now we are free to make our way to the Elite Four. Beat the game.
Nice.
First, we have another battle with A. What a surprise. So again, with this AI thing, this Pidgeot is literally just going to spam agility. I can't do anything else. It's a crit. Not gonna die.
Nice. Nice HP.
Fine. Wow, saved time. I didn't mean to Thunderbolt that. Doesn't die, but because Thunderbolt is a fake move instead of a flash move, that ended up saving time, even with the crit text box. Intentional time save. Make our way through the badge check. And into Victory Road, where you don't have to fight any trainers.
I'm enjoying these little bits of dialogue. What's there? Oh, you need this. Oh, you have it. Oh, that's right.
I'll say the exact same thing. Different at badges. It's just basically a bunch of strength puzzles. While you just push the boulder to the switch. Be easy. Here's something fun you can do. This is called a swag boulder. You turn while you're running into the boulder. Get the animation to come from a different direction.
Oh. That's neat.
Doesn't save any time or anything. Fun. Kind of get a little bit of a break here. Just have to hold left. Like the spinning pads. This is the last one.
Nice. So did pushing that one, it looked like you pushed one of them into a hole. Is that something that's required? Or?
Yes, to get the boulder down to this floor and then push it into the switch.
That's what's happening. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Doors for safety.
Mm-hmm.
So normally, again, you have red bar here. There's this strategy. Lorelei has very, very strange AI compared to any other fight. So this Dugong is guaranteed to use a roar beam against the bird type or the flying type. But it's also guaranteed to use rest turn 2. So you can swap to a flyer and then back to Nidoking and use an X accuracy, and it'll always rest, which does nothing in this situation. Ref reset up every time. Just like that. Because if I got hit by a Roar Beam, which is 50-50, if you don't do the swap, you can just risk a 50-50, which you sometimes have to do for world record attempts. Or if you are far enough ahead, you can just take the safety. One down. Easy fight here, just X-Ack, win. Can die here usually. This slam critical is not likely at all, but has happened. Okay, so because I have 15 DV speed maximum, I can actually outspeed this Gengar on the next fight, which is not something that usually happens.
Okay.
It's a very scary Gengar, so outspeeding it is very, very good.
Oh, this sprite of Gengar is particularly goofy.
I like it.
It's the eyes. He's giving you the eyes.
That is a 2-shot. Unless I critical. Wow. Very good. Nice. That's like literally a perfect Agatha. It's very rare. That fight is not good. Alright, that's 3 down. So this next fight is one of the fights I talked about earlier where I said you can just get crit and die. So Lance leads a Gyarados with Hydro Pump. It always uses it if it hits and crits, which is like 15% or something. You die every time. What am I doing? Way down here. I am gonna save. It just missed, so I'm just gonna go, and I win.
Wow. Super effective.
Yep. Usually, you would set up your HP so that one Hydro Pump puts you into really good red bar. But I just forced it.
Gotcha.
I actually don't have Super Potion. He'd use Super Potion. That's okay. So very safe for the next fight. Oh, I just forgot to. This is fine. You're supposed to X speed, but I just didn't. Works out. Right, and now we have one final fight against the champion. I wonder who it is.
I wonder.
Name is A. What?
No
I accidentally
way.
talked to him again.
Is this where we find out truly who the best A is?
Right.
I wonder. I feel like you would know as a speedrunner. Does A win this one, or is it A?
I think A does.
Think it's A? Okay. Be interesting to see how it goes. Because I think A could win. I don't know. A's got a chance.
And I win. Just horn drill everything, and that's it. Good
That's a
move.
good fight for A.
Yep. Only way I could have died there was Sky Attack critical. 1 in 4 to Sky Attack turn 1, and then has to crit too. Not very likely. Yeah, Nidoking is very clearly the best speedrun Pokemon, and it's actually like, so for regular 90% glitchless, the best Nidoking time is a 145. The best Squirtle time is a 153, which is the next best. So it's like,
oh wow,
it's just so much better than the next best option. I think it's pretty obvious why.
New champion. There we go.
Time is at the end of Hall of Fame. It'll be in like 45 seconds or so.
Nice. Someone's wondering what the world record in this category is. Do you know off the top of your head?
It is 156.29 by Xarian.
Nice. Well, there we go. There's your answer.
Very solid run. I'm like a minute behind it. It'll be a nice 204-ish.
Shoutouts to A.
Yep.
The Spearow looks so smug. I love that spray.
Yeah, I like it too.
Paris is just there for the ride.
Coming up. And time.
GG.
This Pokemon Red 80% Glitchless Classic. You enjoyed
Nice
it.
job. How do you think? Are you happy with that run? Is that
yeah,
fairly good when it comes to a no reset?
I mean, it was deathless, which is good. Especially
Indeed.
for one attack. But yeah, I just played it safe and went pretty smoothly, so I'm happy.
Nice, good job. Well, folks, this is not the end. We are going to be returning with Pokeguy with Pokemon Blue this time round, going around the no save corruption 80%. So we will be back with that. Just before we do, we had a little hype train going on earlier, and we'd just like to remind you that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick with AGDQ 2023 costs, including hotel cancellation costs. So please consider subscribing to help us out. Once again, speaking of AGDQ, you can find all of the videos for that and the start of this run and the run that we're going to see afterwards. So if you can't catch this, that's all right. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on all the good social media platforms. But we will be back after just a quick break for that. And then after this, we are going to be having Think Fast, which I believe is going to be showing off a Final Fantasy of some sort. Let me do a quick fact check. Yeah, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. That's going to have Farfaloo and Hebinks, which will be great fun. So we will see you in just a short moment. Do stick around. Alright folks, welcome back to Going Places. If you've only just joined us on this episode, Going Places is the Games Done Quick hotfix that has a look at games from around the world, is region exclusives, as well as games that we take on our travels on handheld consoles. We have had a brilliant run of Pokemon Red that was looking at the 80% glitchless with the classic rule set. And we are about to see 80% no save corruption in Pokemon Blue. Pokeguy has been absolutely killing it today, and he's about to show that off. But just before we do that, we were talking a little bit earlier about where you can find us. Well, if you want to follow what Games Done Quick is up to on the other platforms, you can use !! links in the Twitch chat to find us on all the good social media platforms. But we're right here, right now, to see this run. Pokeguy, what do we have in store for this no save corruption?
It'll be completely different from the last run.
Nice.
It'll be fun. See what happens.
Awesome. Ready when you are.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do before time even starts, RNG manipulate my trainer ID.
Okay.
So I'll give a countdown at the end of this. for when the timer's about to start. But basically, I just have to do the same inputs after hard reset. Get the same result. Starting very soon. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Now what I'm gonna do, very weird, name myself this.
That's not this, that's... Yeah, I'm not going to try saying that.
I wouldn't. I'm just going to name my rival Red.
Solid.
Options, fast text, turn off animations, because you can't do that when you're manipulating trainer ID, which I'll talk about more why I did that later. Or I'll just talk about RNG manipulation in general, because I am going to do more of that. So what I did was I hard reset, and I basically buffered all my inputs before hitting new game, so that I'll get the same trainer ID every time, and it's a specific trainer ID I need for a glitch to work later on.
Ah, okay.
Also gonna do this, pick Charmander. Funnily enough, the goal of this first rival fight is actually to lose, because losing is faster than winning, not need the...
Oh, okay.
Just like skips most of his dialogue if you lose. But winning is also... I am just gonna start from scratch and see what happens. A bad start if I want to die. Like I'm gonna win. I roll. Wow, it did. Now we're just gonna go through Route 1 like usual. Special heat. Don't have to kill anything this time. Hoping for 0 encounters. You're going for record in this game. Literally just have to reset if you get an encounter at all. Take a faster path here. It's riskier because you can get another encounter.
You've got to show it off.
Instead of going around this patch, just going right through here. Out.
Looking good, yeah.
Talking to him from the left because it's the rival walk less.
Nice.
Got one more pass through Route 1. Hopefully, counter. Not bad. Two encounters, not bad at all. Go shopping, and then another RNG manip. Here I'm RNG manipulating for a Good.
Nice.
You can also manipulate to get in the ball if you clear this perfectly. I did. And then I didn't throw the ball properly.
Oof.
I got in anyway.
Nice.
I'm gonna name this A.
Ooh.
There is a reason for that. I'll explain in a second. First, I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center. At our warp point here. I grab this potion. I'm almost certainly won't need it, but just in case. One more RNG. I'll explain. Every input and the path, exact path I take matters to you.
So
what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna get an encounter in front of a trainer, and it's gonna be a level 5 Pikachu. It's gonna crit Thundershock me.
okay, it's a good start. That's Pikachu. It's at level 5.
Here we go.
You weren't lying.
That was all RNG manip.
Nice.
Now, I'm gonna go back to the forest, and something interesting will happen. So dying in front of the fight, where he's supposed to see you, made some weird stuff happen. Because now the game thinks I'm in the fight, but I'm not. So this is what's going to happen when I go back to the forest. Fight's going to start. Beat this Weedle with our Spearow. So the reason I named Spearow AA is because, as I said in the last run, each character is 1 frame. So you can RNG manipulate easier by abusing that. So to get the crit on Thundershock, you need to name it AA. This makes it the right number of frame delay to get it. And you need to clear everything perfectly, and then you'll get Thundershock crit. Basically.
Okay.
Alright, so I just finished the fight, and then the same fight started again. Kind of weird. Guess I'll beat it.
I know it varies from person to person. How are you choosing to, like, what controller are you using for this game? Are you using a Game Boy or a...
Yeah, I'm using this Game Boy Advance.
Nice. Ooh, good color.
Yeah, it matches my GameCube.
Oh, gotta appreciate it. Gotta appreciate it.
Alright, so now some really weird stuff is happening. I'm moving as fast as I can.
Okay.
That guy's flashing on and off the screen. That guy lost his vision, and we got 0 error.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fight this guy.
Okay.
So there's a 1 in 4 chance that this does not go well. What happens? That's why I saved. It went well. I have reached the Hall of Fame.
Wow. That is wild.
Did it. My level 7 Spearow has beat the champion.
Wow.
Coming up.
Still have lots to do.
That's time.
GG. Wow. That is wild. How does somebody come across that? Was that something that sort of people poke through the game to find, or trial and error?
Yeah. People look at the game code all the time and just look for whatever they can find. So that was, I can't really entirely explain why that works.
Yeah.
Like that's but it's because of the trainer name, it's because of the trainer ID, it's because you have a Charmander in the PC. That and then that glitch just makes it's arbitrary code execution.
Wow.
Which is what the trainer name is, and it just warps you to the Hall of Fame.
GG.
About all I can explain.
Nicely done. Well, on our end, that was a 1236, which certainly well underestimate, and
Yep.
Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah,
well,
so the glitch at the end has a 1 in 4 chance of just crashing. That's why I saved before. You just keep trying until it doesn't crash. That's why I estimated a little bit high, but I got it first try. So.
Nice. Math and luck was on our side. Makes a change.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, PokeGuy, thank you so much for showing off this game. I think a lot of people have been enjoying either sort of learning something new about it. I've certainly been learning a lot of new things. I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of nostalgia for it, and I've really enjoyed that. If they want to see more of what you do, where could they find you?
I'm on twitch.tv/PokeGuy all the time. Currently running Red glitchless, not classic, for 144. Doing it most days. A lot of fun. Want to check it out? Come check it out. You can join the Gen 1 to 3 Discord if you want to learn more about this game or any other games. There's Also the DS or Switch or 3DS server if you want to run those games. All super helpful people. Glad to help you out, and there's tons of resources.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much. Folks don't really know, but behind the scenes, I was sort of, scrambling for getting runners in, and Pokeguy came in fairly short notice. So I very much appreciate him coming in and showing this off. And I think he did a fantastic job. So make sure, you're dropping your GGs and your congratulations in the chat. And yeah, well, that was Going Places first show of the year, I think. I think we're starting it off strong. Once again, thank you, Pokeguy. We are going to be finishing off Going Places for today, but that is not the hotfix done for the day. We are going to be throwing it over to Think Fast with Swoos and Corvame. They host a speedrun kind of game show thing where whilst racers are racing against each other, they ask quiz questions, and depending on how many answers you get right, that sort of either helps or takes away some of the time. I need to actually properly catch an episode, but it's going to be great. It is going to be Final Fantasy Mystic Quest randomizer, apparently. Apparently, I've been informed by my producer that this is not your usual Final Fantasy experience. So Farfaloo and Hebinks are going to be taking on that in any percent. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect from this, but I'm sure it is going to be a brilliant time. So once again, thank you so much for joining Going Places, and do stick around for, I imagine, what's going to be a whole load of fun after this with Think Fast. Have a lovely time, fellas. See ya.